what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
I hate when people talk during the movie. Over the line!
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Wise man say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Return to VIDEOTECH.
We're back. Hello. This is episode 33 of Return to VIDEOTECH.
And no idea. I'm like, well, no idea what number.
I'm pretty sure it's episode 33.
Sure. Pretty good run.
Yeah. We've made it this far. I guess if we're talking about what episode number we're on, we should make a minor announcement real quick. I'm having another kid, so this could end up being our last episode for a little while. Not really sure. When you have a baby, you just don't know how things are going to go, so we'll see.
We're pretty loosey-goosey with the scheduling as it is.
Yep.
But I would say we're both enjoying doing the show. We just don't put a lot of pressure on actually doing it.
Yeah.
So we'll just see what happens. But
it is very fitting of us. Like, we've been talking about before the show started and through text, like how a couple of our episodes have shot up in the view numbers a little bit. It's fitting that now is like the time when we're probably going to take quite a break.
Time to go. Time to bail out of this thing. Hit the eject button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it is to be our last episode for a while, potentially, I was like, we need to do something that feels like very Keith. And we were like, let's go in on an all-timer dad bro movie episode.
Yeah. And like our planning phase of most episodes, it morphs from one thing into another thing, into another thing. And what we landed on was basically a Swayze crazy episode. All Patrick Swayze.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
An all-time basic cable legend. I'm like, obviously Swayze is no longer with us, which is a sad thing, but the royalty checks from the TNT plays of his movies alone could pay the tuition for your kids like 10 times over.
Oh yeah, his royalty check's got to be nice.
I mean, what the hell? With how much, like, Dirty Dancing, Ghost, Roadhouse, I mean, those three alone, how often they were on TV when we were growing up.
Yeah. Well, he's no longer with us, obviously. Hasn't been for a while. But
That's a shame.
what do you think happens with that stuff now? Does it just go to his estate?
Yeah, it goes to his family. I mean, I didn't really. We'll get into this later, but like, I did not know this until I watched this great movie that you picked, Steel Dawn. That's his
Who he was married
wife
to until he passed. Yeah.
in that movie, which I had no idea. I didn't know who he was married to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And I'm assuming he just he was married to her at the time of the making of that movie, I think, when I looked it up. So I'm assuming they were just like, who do you want to be your love interest in this? And he was just like, my wife.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you're Swayze, you could call those kind of shots
Yeah.
on a movie of that magnitude.
That's a gem of a movie too. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I can't wait to critically deconstruct Steel Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want to at least hit the normal beats? Obviously, we both saw the Odyssey. We're going to talk about that, but we'll save that till the finish of the opening segment. But I know you did see something else in the theater.
Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks now, maybe more. But I did go and see Evil Dead Burn, pretty much like right when it came out.
And that is a sequel to Evil Dead Rise?
Or
is there not really crossover?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, but I mean, I guess it's been out long enough now to talk about it. If you don't want to hear about, the end credits scene of Evil Dead Burn, a character from Rise pops up, but it's literally just in one of the like post-credit scenes.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a totally different story, different characters and all that, but
okay, so it's not like direct crossover.
No. But it does seem like they're trying to tie them all together, loosely at least, I guess.
Did you like Evil Dead Rise? I think that had a lot of fans, didn't it?
So we've talked about this before. I'm definitely more of a fan of like the goofier Evil
Yeah.
Dead movies, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. Um, I feel like people say that the original is like way more serious than those, but I don't know if I totally agree with that. Like, I think they're all goofy, the Raimi original trilogy.
Yeah. I do think the first one has like a creepiness, but I think the second one does too.
Yeah,
I think I never really got the full blown goofiness until Army of Darkness in my purview, and maybe
Yeah.
it's in the eye of the beholder.
I mean,
But
I feel like I've just always thought that the Deadites were supposed to be like super over the top, and like the gore and the violence is supposed to be super ridiculous, and like to the
I
point
agree
of
with
it
that.
being cartoonishly funny.
I do
And
agree with that.
that's like what Evil Dead is to me.
Yeah,
And yeah, not to bury the lead, but like I did not like Burn at all.
seeing that it doesn't seem like anyone really does. But I know that people were into Rise. I
Yeah.
thought, right?
So originally, when I went to see Rise in the theater, I had like not much desire to watch it again because I felt the same
Okay.
way. I felt like it was very like a massive departure from like what I think Evil Dead should be, and what I
Yeah.
like about Evil Dead is like the funny goofiness of it. After watching Burn, I went back and rewatched Rise because Arrow Video put it out, so I was like, oh, this is like a cool, special edition. So I went back and rewatched it like a day or two after I saw Burn in the theater, and I was like, compared to Burn, Rise is like way more like the goofy, fun Raimi ones to me.
Yeah.
Like, so my tune has changed on that a little bit. Did you see Rise?
I watched Rise like on an airplane, which probably wasn't like the desired way to do it, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I was okay on it. I don't know. There's something to me about that stuff that just doesn't capture what I love about the original. Maybe if you called it something else that was like more just like, hey, this is in the spirit of Evil Dead, but it's like a different thing. Like if it,
Yeah.
I maybe would have liked it more, but like I don't know. I definitely have a distinct image feel for what I like about Evil Dead, and I don't think that Evil Dead Rise is it. But I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I was still kind of positive. I was still net positive on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Burn just takes it too far, I think. There's a scene where one of the Deadites is shooting himself in the face and in the head, and it's like it's almost like they were trying to be funny with it, but it just didn't land. Like it was just way too serious for me. I don't know.
I'm not always here for the shock value gore stuff. Like sometimes it can be fun. I liked it more back in the day when people were doing a lot more stuff with practical effects.
Yeah. I think a lot of this. Speaking of practical effects, too, there's like a showdown at the very end of Burn that's awful. It's just terrible CGI. I guess one good thing I could say about it is like I feel like they were trying to say something with the movie. Actually, like, it's kind of like about domestic violence and stuff in a way.
Yeah.
So at least they're like trying. Like, if you're gonna go serious, you should try to say something, I think. But it just didn't work for me. I don't know.
I don't think you're alone. I've seen it mostly panned.
Yeah.
It does not seem like people are into it. But to pivot to a movie that people are really into, that we've discussed, but I finally watched on Peacock, Obsession. I just watched it a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I did like it, but I didn't love it. And I sort of feel like I would have liked it more if I saw it in the theater. I had that feel. Like, it did remind me of a Zach Cregger's movie. I will say that. Like, a lot of it seemed very, like, of the Zach Cregger's, like, formula from what we've seen for
Yeah.
at least Barbarian and Weapons. It seemed like out of that playbook to me.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely does benefit from like a group setting for sure. Cause like there's some like shock moments in that where it's like
Yeah.
when you're in the theater and you hear everybody go, oh, or like people like laughing at the really insane
Yeah.
stuff that the lead actress is doing. Like Like the dinner scene where she
Yeah.
gets up and she's like, no, 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 don't do that. Like people, like it's like meant to be like creepy, but also funny. And like people in the theater when I was watching it were laughing at that. So
Definitely.
like that adds to the experience.
And I was definitely laughing at parts like, you know, sitting on the couch watching it. Like there was audible laugh moments from me. I did think that main girl was great. I loved the score. I thought the score was awesome. It kind of sounded like
it was reminding me of It Follows, kind of like modern like 80s synth sounds and stuff.
Agree.
Yeah.
I know some people would probably say some of this was by design. I really had a hard time with the main kid. Like
That was one of my main complaints. Yeah.
I know he's supposed to, like, I know his actions are supposed to be villainous, and I get like the message of the movie, but I just mean even like the performance. I found it kind of like I
was
didn't think it was that great of a
insufferable.
performance. Yeah, I was like, this kid doesn't seem that great to me. Like
He
not
was
buying the
he was like
character.
such a weak, like pathetic human that it was hard to believe he was even
That's what
real,
I mean.
you
It
know?
seems so disingenuous. Like the idea of it seems very real to me. Like, I mean, hell, there were probably times in my life where I was like, you know, what they wanted this character to be.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this kid's portrayal of it just was like, I don't know. It just kind of made it took me out of it a little bit. You know, another piece of it. This is not a knock on the movie, but I was just like, this is insane. These kids work at this music store, like selling music equipment, and it seems like they all have their own houses.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I mean, if I could have had a job like that and bought my own house.
Apparently
I
that was the
definitely
same
would've done it.
music store that was used for the Wayne's World movies too. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but that is a cool fun fact. The concept of it just like the main plot of the movie reminded me of like an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's like a compliment. Like I thought that was a fun idea. Like this.
I think
Whatever.
the director had in an interview said that he was inspired by an episode of The Simpsons. There's some episode of The Simpsons where something very similar happens.
And I love the premise of the movie. I think there's like a pretty good like comedy in here of just the concept. Obviously there's a lot of darkness with like what happens with this girl, and like one of the parts where when he makes the phone call and like there's the screaming on the other end, I was like, oh, that's good. I thought that was effective.
Yeah.
But like, so there's a lot of darkness with what happens in the movie. But I think there's actually a really funny movie in just the idea of like, oh, I really just want this girl to be in love with me. That would make everything in my life better. And then you get your wish, and it's just like she's super annoying.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It would be like, you know, of course, mine would be I would wish for Dua Lipa to be obsessed with me. There would be no weird any of that stuff, but like,
Yeah.
I would just like slowly be like, oh, she's actually annoying. Like I can't do this.
I mean, even some of the trying to go get his friend to like make the wish to fix the thing, and then he just wishes for $1 billion or whatever. I was like busting up at that too, because it's like so believable but hilarious.
Yeah, and I love, like I said, I love the premise and the idea of what they were doing with the main kid. I think is such an effective like jump off point for a movie. But I was having a really hard time with that kid and the performance, and I was just like, I'm just not buying this kid.
Yeah, he was just too unbelievably like nervous, and I don't know. Yeah, he didn't seem believable to me either.
So that was my knock on it. But overall, I was net positive. I just don't think I was probably loving it as much as it's definitely a Letterboxd movie. I mean, it's like over 4 on Letterboxd. I mean, it's like when I see mutual people with me, it's like almost all 5-star reviews. So I just wasn't there, but I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that movie and Backrooms have like captured the youth for sure.
Yeah.
And it's cool too. We're going to talk about the Odyssey probably in a minute here too, but it is cool just seeing movies be like these big water cooler things again, where everybody seems to be talking about Obsession when it was out. Even for a couple weeks, everybody was talking about that, and then Backrooms, and then immediately after that was the Odyssey. So
yeah, it's great.
It's nice.
It's great to see it, and I may be aging out a little bit on Obsession. You know, like it may be like I may not be in the target demo anymore.
Yeah.
But I still really liked it. I did really like it. You mentioned It Follows. Like, I didn't love it as much as, like, the first time I saw It Follows, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like,
yeah,
this, like, really, the production value on top of like the concept and what they were trying to do with it. Everything was like, yes, this is an amazing in theater experience for me. And I do think that I would have like, I gave Obsession 3.5. I do think I probably would have been a 4 if I saw it in the theater. I just feel like I would have liked it like a little bit more.
Yeah, I think if they just would have had a different guy playing Bear, the main character, it would have been.
It would have been
or,
a 5
or if
for me.
or if the director was like maybe a little more experienced and I don't know what kind of notes he gave him, obviously, but like was able to like kind of push him in a different direction with the character a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
like everything that they do with the character makes us understand that he is a loser.
Yeah.
But like
You don't have to make him like not even be able to get his words out because he's
he
like
seemed to
so
struggle
nervous
with,
all
like,
the time.
conveying that in a natural way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things they have him do convey it, but his performance of loser, I was just not. It just didn't feel very genuine. It felt very over the top.
I mean, one of my buddies said it perfectly. Just like basically, Indy carries the movie. Kind of her performance
she's
was
amazing.
incredible. Like
All the stuff that she has to do is nuts. I think maybe a little too much with the creepy walking stuff. Like I think they could have gone a little bit more subtle with that stuff and not had.
Yeah.
Just pull it back a little bit, I think.
Some of that stuff was what I thought was like the funniest parts about the movie, though.
There was some funny stuff with that.
When he wakes up in the middle of the night, he's like, "What are you doing in the corner?"
Yeah.
And she's like doing the weird backwards walking thing, and yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of. It seemed like it was like the old lady thing in It Chapter 2. Like it was too reminiscent of that. But yeah, definitely. It's definitely probably a contender for my top 10 of the year, I'm sure. Like I did like it. I just that kid was rough for me.
Yeah. So it's got your stamp of approval.
Definitely. I'm definitely a positive on it. I'm just not.
Right.
I'm just not like in the letterbox camp of like this is an undeniable 5-star classic. I'll save that for the movies we're going to discuss later on this episode.
Okay. So
before
I'm
we do the
assuming
theater-
you
Oh, go
probably
ahead.
didn't buy that on physical media though, because you used your last pick of the whole year.
Actually, I got a loophole, Keith.
Okay. Explain.
Because although I am out, but it wasn't on this. I bought our IMAX tickets to the Odyssey for me, Zach, Lindsay, and our friend Belle.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, we met at Barnes & Noble before the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach was like, oh, I figured it because, he's like not really all hip to like Venmo and stuff like that. So he was like, I figure I would just buy you a half off Criterion. And he texted me. We hadn't discussed this, and this pissed me off. He texted before I could say it. He said, I'm thinking about getting Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Now, Keith, I've said it on this show. This has been my plan to get, right?
Yeah, it's documented.
Yeah, thank you. But Lindsay and I get to Barnes & Noble first, and there's only one 4K of Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. The rest are all
Are you
Blu-ray.
guys arm wrestling for it?
I picked it up, but I felt sheepish about it because he had texted that he wanted to get it, even though I knew in my heart of hearts that, like, I basically manifested Criterion putting this out. I wrote it down on a list and said, I need Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore like last year, and all of a sudden it gets announced. So it's been a long time running for me in this, but I get there. I'm holding it in hand just to make sure nobody else takes it. Mm-hmm. And he gets there, and I'm like, we got a problem. And he's like, what? And I'm like, they only have one 4K of Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. He's like, oh, that's fine. You can have it. And I'm like, okay. So he bought it for me.
Okay.
And here it is.
So that doesn't count.
It doesn't count. It was a loophole, so it doesn't count as my 9th movie. But then basically that day or within the following 2 days, I pre-ordered that Manhunter 4K.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I am out. But Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I had assigned it to you as homework on the show at one point. So we did discuss it not that long ago. Mm-hmm. I've already opened it because, like, the inner sleeve was, like, crooked or off a little bit, and it may have even been partially damaged, which I showed to Zach what was still, in the case. I'm like, so I feel like I lost still a little bit because my inner sleeve picture is like partially damaged.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Even when they're like not like centered or just like hanging out of the top or the bottom a little bit. If I notice that before I get to the checkout, I'm like, I'm putting this one back.
But it was the only one, and I was like, I wanted to get it that day, and plus Zach was buying it, so
yeah.
I ended up with it, but I did open it just so I could fix the inner sleeve. But Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, 1974, an all-timer for Matt.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't think I was as hot on that as you were, obviously, but I liked it.
It's very my type of movie.
Yeah. Americana.
Yeah. Did you buy any physical media?
Yeah, I keep telling myself I'm like gonna slow down, and then another sale pops up.
Well, dude, now that I'm out, I had been doing like really good about not having FOMO about stuff or whatever, but now that I'm out, like stuff pops up and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm still like, I'm still just having like fever dreams, like waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, thinking about that Radiance 4K
Cutter's Way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If the show doesn't end after this episode, we got to talk about it.
Oh, did you watch it?
I did
Or-
watch it. Yeah, I thought it was
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll have to do. You did like it though,
I liked it a lot, and I can definitely
okay.
see it's a you movie.
for sure. Okay, well, what do you got? Because I got something else to show you. It's a special thing though.
All right, I got a couple blind buys here. I should have known that Arrow Video always does a 50% off sale immediately after Criterion at Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept hearing about the outfit on the Big Picture. Like,
Oh.
I feel like Sean Fennessy kept bringing this movie up for a while in that podcast.
I don't know it. Is
so-
that Robert Duvall in the picture?
Yeah, it's got Robert Duvall in it. I think it's about like two brothers who were bank thieves, and then they rob one that ends up being run by the mob or something, and the mob kills Duvall's brother, and then he's basically just out getting revenge, is what the back basically said.
Okay, sounds good.
So it sounded awesome to me, and I kept hearing Sean Fennessy bring it up, so I was like, I kind of want that.
Okay, still in shrink wrap though.
Yeah, haven't opened it. This is also blind by Michael Douglas, Falling Down.
I've also never seen this movie, but I used to talk about it with Dustin all the time. He likes this movie, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I have a vague memory of him and some other guys like talking about this at Chad's house, and Chad was like
Yeah.
a fan of this movie too. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
just about a
right.
dude who like kind of snaps and goes on a rampage or something.
Yeah, I've seen parts of it actually on TV, but I've just never seen it all the way through. But used to talk about it with Dustin just because the concept of it.
Yeah,
wor-
it's like
bears
the bat
discussion.
says it's like his car breaks down on the highway or something, and then he goes on an Odyssey to get home and just
Oh, yeah.
snaps on
There
all
you go.
these people. So maybe I should watch it sooner than later so I can
Yeah,
compare it to
please.
the Odyssey.
Seems apropos of the current times.
Yeah.
So,
And then I
what
got
else you got?
two more things. These I did actually get from Barnes and Noble for the 50% off sale that just started. Red Sonja.
Okay.
This is like part of the Conan the Barbarian
I
series, I guess. It's like a spin-off.
see. Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. He
is
it's
in
open
it.
because I started watching it last night, and it was actually pretty cool. Like the
Is he
sets
like
are.
a main character, or is he just like?
He's not. He's like a side character in this.
Wow.
Red Sonja is like the main character. I
Is
fell
he
asleep
just like
like
a?
halfway
Is it just
through.
like? Is it like a cameo, or is he like in it throughout?
What I saw basically like the first half of the movie before I passed out. But he's in it like he's not the main character, but he's in it maybe like 15 minutes of screen time,
Okay.
20 minutes. So he shows up a couple times.
Had no idea. It's a Conan the Barbarian cinematic universe.
Yeah. I was actually way more into it than I thought I would be, though. It's like
For some reason, I'm not surprised.
like like the story isn't anything to write home about. The acting isn't anything to write home about, but just like the settings and everything, like there's these big wide like VistaVision almost like
Love it.
landscapes that you're seeing these people like in cool armor riding on horses, and some cool like big statues and stuff. And I was real excited to see Ernie Reyes Jr., the guy who plays Kino in Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
He plays this like kind of like a little jerk. He's like a little prince, but it's just him and this other dude like looking after him.
Okay.
But I don't know, it was fun. Haven't finished it though. I fell asleep. But
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing that was even hitting me with like Steel Dawn, which by all accounts is just like a throwaway trash movie, but like
yeah,
these big sets and big scope of like these kind of genre
yeah,
movies that like weren't big at all. I mean that the way you're describing that kind of sounds like of the
Yeah.
same ilk to me.
Yeah. Very, very 80s, like sword and sandal type stuff. And the last one I got was I just recently rewatched what's the name of that movie? Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Basic
Showgirls?
Instinct.
Okay.
The Paul
Oh,
Verhoeven
Verhoeven.
movie, and I had never seen Showgirls, so
Oh, you've never seen Showgirls?
I've never seen it, so yeah.
I have the Vinegar Syndrome Showgirls downstairs, but I like Basic Instinct a lot more.
Yeah.
Showgirls
This is the Vinegar Syndrome one, but it's not the
The-
nice hard box version.
Yeah, that's a shame because it's a nice one.
So
But
I'll
guess
report
what?
back on
Actually,
that one too.
Zach and I have tickets to go. They're doing a screening of Basic Instinct at some random theater here on Sunday.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to see it. Yeah. Which is awesome because I love Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Speaking of screenings of old movies, there was this just event at what's normally a music venue just down the street from my house, and Lindsay and I went with Shane and his wife, and they were doing Jaws and Dazed and Confused as a double feature.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a guy who did like some custom artwork for the event, so he was selling like these posters and stuff. I got a Dazed and Confused one. He had like different characters from Dazed and Confused, and Shane and I went up to his stand or his little table, and it was like, I'm looking at the characters, there's like Slater, Randall Pink Floyd, Wooderson, and I'm like, oh man, should I get Wooderson? And Shane's like, I think I might get Wooderson, and I'm like, oh, all right, I'm getting Parker Posey. Which was pretty sweet. But also because we were like the first 15 people in line or whatever, we got free. This guy had done like custom Jaws VHS covers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we got these, and they just gave random free VHSs that it's not Jaws. They like, so I got like Desperate Measures, and Lindsay pulls hers open, and it's Buckmaster's television series 1999. It's like, what the hell is this?
That's a serious like thrift store.
Yeah.
10-cent pickup.
So now I do feel like I need to pick up like a Jaws VHS just to put it in here. But it was really cool. He was selling like these as like standalone posters, but I was like, man, since I got the VHS slipcover, I'll just stick with that and get the Dazed and Confused poster. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Well, they had done an event, and I remembered seeing it, but I think I had blacked it out. They did an event back in like March or something, but we were going to be out of town, where they showed John Carpenter's The Fog, and Tom Atkins was there, and they had a custom poster for that. And I'm like, damn, ultimate misses of my life. But I'm glad I got to do this one.
That's awesome.
All right.
I was surprised when I saw on Instagram that Shane posted he was there too, because I knew you were there, but you didn't tell me that he was going with you, or you were.
Yeah, and I
meeting
was
him or
actually
whatever.
I was able to unload like a stack of Blu-rays I've been holding for him.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, if I buy like doubles or triples of something or upgrade to a 4K or whatever, I'll usually give him like the Blu-ray. And I had a nice stack. I mean, it had like The Last Picture Show, Sunset Boulevard, Inglourious Bastards, Jackie Brown. It was like a nice stack. And I was like, and The Shining. I'm like, I mean, and like and the Brick Blu-ray, because remember I upgraded to the 4K for the show. I had this nice stack that I had been sitting on for a while to give to him. So that was a nice moment in my life. I'm always happy when, I can clear out a little space. You can open up space for new things in your life,
Nice.
but you also find a nice home for things that you love.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Shane.
Yeah. So we both saw the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your story, your experience with it first?
Sure. Yeah. I saw it opening day
Wow.
in IMAX,
Brag.
and I thought, yeah. I mean, to be totally honest, my first viewing, I was kind of lukewarm on it. I was more in
Yeah.
like the 3.5, 4 range.
I get this.
And I think it's just with the classic like expectation versus reality thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, I've obviously seen every one of Nolan's movies, and I know that I guess I knew that it wasn't going to be 300, it wasn't going to be Troy, it wasn't going to be Gladiator, it was going to be different than those sword and sandal movies, it wasn't going to be all action, and I had also never read the book either, even though I bought it a couple months ago,
Oh, really?
thinking that I would read it.
Yeah, I haven't really read it either. I mean, I think we've like studied it in school or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the Iliad. Like, I never read the Iliad, but I took a class in college where we like reviewed it. Like, we kind of like
Yeah.
went over it.
So like the only thing I really knew about it was I had heard that it's like the sequel to Troy, basically. Not
Yeah.
really, but it's what happens after Troy with some of these characters.
The whole like backstory stuff with Christopher Nolan and the movie Troy was definitely interesting. I had no idea that he was
Yeah.
like.
I didn't know
maybe
that
gonna
either.
direct that. And going back and watching Troy before this, because I did watch it like 2 weeks ago, and I liked Troy when it came out. I saw it in the theater with like my first girlfriend, and I always will remember that like Brad Pitt, Eric Bana like fight scene. That was like so epic in the theater. It was like so tense. Yeah, it was like so tense. And I don't think the movie looks as good now, 20 years later, but it still looks decent. And what's really interesting is David Benioff wrote the script, and that's like one of the creators of Game of Thrones. And I feel like it's a very Game of Thrones version of the Iliad. Like they kind of they take the god stuff out of it. They make it more grounded and gritty. And, it is sort of this is a movie that just exists so that we could have Brad Pitt take his shirt off. But I'm like, who cares? That's great.
Yeah.
He looked awesome.
I mean, I love Troy. I think Troy's an awesome like popcorn action movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I don't know why I was expecting it to be. I don't know, maybe the trailers had something to do with it. Like they kept showing, like the giant cannibals or whatever, and you kept hearing about the Cyclops and stuff. And just being a sword and sandals movie, I kind of just expected it to be a little more action heavy, I guess. But it kind of just ended up being. My main complaint, I guess, is it just kind of felt darker, or not darker, but bleaker. Like the whole movie, the dude's just getting his ass kicked. Odysseus is just getting his ass kicked his whole way home. And it felt, and even the like kind of payoff at the end where he does kind of finally like, or where the action does kind of ramp back up. I felt like that end sequence was like kind of chaotic and incoherent a little bit, and I just wasn't into that action sequence at all. So
the fight scene at the end was a little much.
It was a little much, and it felt out of place, and it also I don't even know how to describe it. It seemed out of place to me. I don't know, compared to the rest of the movie. So it was unbelievable too, because it's like 30 guys on Odysseus, and like even without weapons, you would think they'd be able to take him out. That's what I was kind of thinking the whole time.
Yeah, you would think that there would be a little bit of a scheme to. They aren't very good schemers. I know the Robert Pattinson character is trying to direct traffic, but he didn't really seem to do too good of a job either. Yeah. So you saw it in the IMAX first go around?
I did, and then the second time I saw it, I just saw it in a regular theater.
Any noticeable difference?
To be totally honest, no. And I only saw it was only a week in between when I saw the IMAX and
same. I also did. I did non-IMAX and then IMAX. I'm glad I saw it in the IMAX, but I didn't feel like it was such a noticeable difference from seeing it. I saw it in AMC's Dolby Theater the first time, and it was because I couldn't get seats. I mean,
yeah.
And when we went the next weekend, so for the first screening, we get 2 hours in, and the damn fire alarm goes off.
Oh,
Someone
right,
was
yeah.
vaping in the bathroom, so we had to like go outside and stand, and it was like getting late because it's a long movie. We waited for a while. The fire trucks came, and then they were just like, "Hey, we're just giving everybody free movie passes. We don't know what's going on." They were like, "We don't know what's happening, so we're just going to give everybody free movie passes." So they're out handing them out forever, and we're in like a mob of people trying to get these free movie passes, which is a testament to how far the cinema's come, because, or at least how far it's come back, because I can't believe there are that many people out at the movie theater, because it just wasn't that way for a long time. So we finally get up and get our free passes, and I'm like thinking that we're leaving, and then they start letting everybody back in.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people had left the theater already. So when we got back to our seats, it was like half full now. And then it was just pandemonium. They tried to restart the movie. They missed like 20 minutes from where we left off, but we had no idea. We were like, we knew this jumped forward. So it probably took us from like the 2-hour mark to like the 2-hour 20-minute mark or something.
Yeah.
They started without volume. People are rioting basically. Like people are like standing up and yelling at the projectionist. And then they like, even like we're getting like 10 minutes of it, the volume does come on. We're getting like 10 minutes from them. People are like turning around and be like, you need to go back. And I'm just like, guys, like at this point, we're just in this now. Like they can't, like they're never going to find even where we were. Like we just are.
This
in
was
this.
your first
Yeah.
viewing? Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks. I'd be so
basically-
mad.
Basically, what I miss is everything when Telemachus goes to that like where they're trying to have like the bandit ambush of Telemachus. Like that was gone.
So you missed the John Bernthal stuff?
No, I saw the John Bernthal stuff. But
Okay.
it's after that. It's when he goes to the island with the monks or whatever.
Oh, like when they get ambushed at the
it's all that.
Athena's temple or whatever.
Yeah. So we missed all that, and but you kind of figure out what happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mentor's not in the mix anymore, so something
Yeah.
must have happened to him. Opie from Sons of Anarchy is no longer to be found.
Yeah.
But either way, I enjoyed the final act though, not the big fight scene stuff. To bring it back to you, I was having a similar kind of experience where I was like kind of lukewarm, but I got like really into it for that stuff when Odysseus as the beggar talking to Penelope and tells like the backstory of Troy, what happened that night, telling how it impacted him, and then the reveal of Zendaya and like she's been like embodying that Athena character and like the backstory and the reason of that and having all that. Like I loved that stuff.
Yeah. The buildup was like it was like kind of frustrating in a weird way because I was like, why are you just not telling people who you are and like why you're back? But it like totally makes sense after you like finish the movie out.
Yeah.
But I feel like people were kind of ragging on Tom Holland's performance a little bit, but I thought he was great in that scene, like before they go into the final the challenge thing or whatever, when he sees the dog on the dung heap and they're like, and he like, it clicks with him who Odysseus is. I thought that was great. I thought he did good in that.
I thought Tom Holland was totally fine. I think it's probably kind of a thankless role, right? Like the Pattinson role is like way more juicy, even though he's like a villain. It's like, you know, the way more interesting, charismatic role. I feel like the Telemachus role is like,
I mean,
you
he's just kind of like a boy who's like wants his dad back. Yeah,
he's still Peter Parker.
Yeah,
and yeah, so I thought he was completely fine in it. I mean, I don't think that the role there's like a ton of there's just not a ton of range to what you're gonna get out of that role. I don't think, but like yeah, I thought he was completely fine. I don't think anybody was bad in this movie. I like all of the performances. I think are pretty good, and I was like the spectacle of the movie is on a level that is not anything is really coming close to this.
Yeah,
for this year, for years to come. Now, Keith, I will tell you, I'm 100% with you on the story stuff leading up, and that will always be why this won't sit as high to me as like Oppenheimer was like probably my number one Christopher Nolan movie, and it's because I'm into like every second of that movie. In the Odyssey, I don't really care about the stuff with the giant, the Cyclops. I don't care about the stuff with the giants on that island. Like maybe the only like mythology part of it that I think is cool is the sirens.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what's going on that island? I'm like, I got to get on that island.
Yeah. I did like the Cyclops stuff just because it was kind of unexpected. Like the way it plays out, I wasn't expecting it to, I guess, the way it plays out.
But let me tell you the stuff that I did love. When Telemachus goes to visit Menelaus and you get the backstory from inside the Trojan horse that night.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that stuff. I loved all the flashback stuff with Troy. And I loved the heaviness thematically, all of the stuff that's going on with Odysseus. And like, does he actually want to go home? Can he go back to face the people he loves with the person that he feels like he's become by doing this horrible thing? Like, that in the moment feels like the right choice to like, okay, you're saving the lives of all the men on this beach because you're going to end this war and they can go home. But you're like, killing all of these people in this very deceitful kind of like dishonorable way,
and also like causing the like downfall of society in a weird way, like breaking Zeus's law or whatever. That's what I loved that made me turn and make it a 5-star movie or rate it 5 stars like the second time, because like after I kind of knew what the story was, I kind of was able to just like drown out the stuff that I didn't care about, like you're saying, and then kind of just focus on thinking more about the themes of the movie and what I think Nolan was trying to say.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I noticed it a lot more the second time, that like if you listen and pay attention to like almost every line of dialogue, they're broadcasting that that's what the movie's about.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I didn't like
it
get
is
that
on the
first
nose.
time. Yeah.
It's
like,
in your face. They're not being quiet about it, but
no, like every line is kind of about what the themes of the movie are.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed the second time that I didn't get at all the first time, so I did go back and see it in the IMAX at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, which was fun. Lindsay and I just went, because that's when I could get good seats. Like I could get like last row seats. And Zach and I are looking at going together too, but it's like we still have a bunch of like sellouts for the IMAX, which is crazy to see, but great. But like one subtle thing that I noticed the second time that I just didn't get at all the first time is like the thunder. There's like it's Zeus, and it's like every time there's thunder, it's Zeus. Like I don't even remember if I even noticed if I even heard thunder in the first time I saw it.
I remember the first time Telemachus says it, like it's in the beginning of the movie when he's like, Zeus may strike you down right now because I think Robert Pattinson's being an asshole to a beggar or something.
Yeah.
And he says it, and then there's that thunderous thing. I thought that was cool. I really liked the sound design in the cave too. I thought it was like, I don't know, it just sounded really realistic.
Yeah, and I mean, the sound design. The production value is just on another level. Like Nolan continues to just like keep raising the bar of production value in a way that you're like, wow, I never thought I never thought I'd see anything like this. And then like, oh, here's the Odyssey. Okay, now I've really never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
He just continues to level that stuff up in a way that's just truly unbelievable. And the score is good. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I still liked Oppenheimer's score like more, but I was really into this too. The way they do the sirens thing, where it's like the earwax, and it's like very muted. Loved that sequence.
How did you feel about the like modern dialect? A lot of people online are like complaining about them not going for like an old English or like old timey dialect. I thought it was awesome that they didn't do that. That they just went with
I don't
modern.
care. Yeah, like that doesn't bother me. Is what like if they did it either way, I'd be fine. Like that would not be something that. To me, it's just however the director wants to present that material.
Yeah,
is fine with me. If the old English thing, I don't know, it can work, but I thought this worked just fine. I don't think it impacted the movie at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on record as saying that's like why I don't really like The Witch that much is because of the dialect.
Yeah, I mean, but that's who I was thinking of is that guy's movies. I mean,
yeah, Eggers.
I mean, yeah, Eggers. I mean, even when even The Lighthouse, which is like not old English, but it's just like almost indecipherable. The two of those guys talking to each other, it's just like grunting the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I just think
The Lighthouse.
I feel like, I mean, it led to some like lines that people were like dogging on, like Tom Holland saying my dad's coming back or whatever. But like, I don't know, that didn't bother me. But I thought it was badass when Odysseus is like 10 years on this fucking beach. Let's go home. Like, I don't know. It just, I liked that.
I liked that. I should say the other part of the like more mythology stuff that I was into was when they go to Hades and he talks to Agamemnon. I don't know, can't say it. But and you get like what happened to him, which is haunting.
Yeah, I really liked that stuff too. And I didn't even know that was Benny Safdie until we got out of the movie. And my buddy who I went to see it with was like, "Did you know it was this guy?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome."
I knew he was in the movie, but you know, when you're in the movie, I'm not really like looking for him. And I mean, he's wearing the big black mask and everything, so
yeah,
they don't show his face.
Or Memnon, people are calling him. That shot of him standing there when the gates of Troy open was so badass.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of people saying that he basically just represents death, which is like being all in black. I mean, it like just exists to like bring down the demise of other people.
Yeah. I mean, the helmet totally just looked like the Dark Knight helmet too, kind of in a way.
Yeah. I because of the Troy stuff, I was feeling I wish we would have, and when I say the Troy stuff, I mean the movie Troy, because of seeing that at a younger age and kind of being familiar with that part of the story. I was like going into it hoping there was like, oh, maybe we'll see Achilles, maybe we'll see, maybe we'll see maybe we'll see like Helen in the before stuff that started the war, and maybe we'll see. I'd be more interested in that stuff than some of the stuff that happens along the way on the Odyssey, but like I understand the decision to not go there.
Yeah.
Although in the Odyssey, one of the characters that he speaks with in Hades is Achilles.
Yeah.
And they didn't include that. It's kind of like a combination of the Elliot Page character and Agamemnon. Can you say it?
Agamemnon, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I do think it's a great Nolan epic experience. I'm going to see it in the theater probably 3 times. And but I just like, if the reason why I'd knock a half star off is just a personal preference for me, which is like there's stretches of the story that I'm not that into. Like even when I think about going to see it again, like I don't want to sit through the Island of Cersei stuff again. Like
yeah.
I do think the way they do the practical effects and everything is awesome. I applaud it, but I'm like, I don't find it that entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people were saying that they want Nolan to just like do a horror movie after seeing those scenes, and I do think that scene in particular was like directed really well, and it like builds tension really well, and you don't really like, having not read the book or whatever, like not knowing what's going to happen. It felt tense.
I think he's definitely capable of a horror movie, and he like, I don't know, people probably goof on me for this, but like I remember The Dark Knight Rises being like kind of scary in the theater. Like Bane was like very intense, and I was thinking that he was going to rip people's faces off like all the time.
I mean, the backbreaking scene, I remember being like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
And the original Joker stuff was pretty creepy in the theater. I mean, I think when you go back and watch that stuff now, it doesn't have that same intensity. But when you saw that stuff in the theater at the time, it was definitely like tense.
Yeah.
And I think he has that skill. I mean, I assume if he ever does anything, I think a lot of his stuff is kind of modeled after Kubrick's career a little bit. Obviously, like the comparisons between Interstellar and 2001: A Space Odyssey. I could potentially see something like The Shining, that kind, like, can I make a horror movie that transcends the genre and is like just considered a great movie too?
Yeah.
I could see it being something like that, but whatever. I'm into whatever he's doing. I'm not really, I know when you watch like the rewatchables and stuff, Fantasy will be like, oh, there's this, I don't like Inception. I don't like Interstellar, I don't really have that relationship with Christopher Nolan. I pretty much like all his movies, except for like Tenet, which I know.
That's the only one that I actively like. And it's not even that I didn't like it. Like, I love the opera scene at the beginning. I was so like into the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then it just lost me because I got so confused. Like the science got the better of him in that movie. I think it just got too confusing.
I don't know. I've tried to watch it twice. I saw it in the drive-in, and then I watched it like by myself, maybe over the pandemic or something. And neither time I could really get into it. And I don't know what it is. It just didn't capture my attention very well. I mean, I just couldn't get into it. I can't say much else besides that. I've also never seen The Following. I should say that too. I should say I've never seen The Following.
Did the I was actually talking to my boss before I left work today, and she was telling me that she saw the movie and she was surprised that they like took a bunch of the sexiness out of it. Were you bummed about that?
I kind of wish there was more with the Calypso character, the Charlize Theron character. Like I
what do you think Penelope's doing when she finds out about Calypso later on?
Well, I do think in the original story he's not just like hooking up all over the place. I think he's fathering children in all these little like islands that he's stopping at too. Like, so yeah, a lot of there's a lot of Maury paternity tests happening once he gets back to Ithaca. Yeah, but look, it's unlikely that we'll have something like this on this level again for probably 3 years. I just don't think anybody's making movies to this degree of spectacle.
Yeah.
There's
No,
there's
I
more
agree.
of it happening again. I mean, when Top Gun Maverick came out, there was a ton of people that went out to the theater to see it. It was awesome that so many people were experiencing it in the theater together. But like this level of quality from
Yeah.
Nolan, it's just, I mean, it's unmatched by anybody right now.
I mean, the last time this many people were like this excited about movies, I feel like was Barbenheimer. Like,
Yeah, and how quick does it sort of feel like Barbie has not held that attention of the zeitgeist? I feel like
Yeah.
Barbie had more of a moment. Now, maybe people would say Oppenheimer's moment has passed too. It's hard for me to have that perspective because I watch Oppenheimer like twice a year. Like, since
Yeah.
since it,
I
come
mean,
out,
I
and
still
really-
think Barbie is pretty good. I don't.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just doesn't feel. I just sort of feel like it's more like it's not one that has continued to remain in conversation.
Yeah. It. That's one that I'm excited to watch, like with my daughters when they get older, though.
Oh
I
sure.
think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's like bumming me out is like Gosling just deciding to do like way more like goofiness in
Yeah.
his movies. And he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like he's great in Barbie. He's great in Project Hail Mary. But I sort of am missing the like neon noir,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Ryan
The
Gosling.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, and even that whole run of Place Beyond the Pines, Drive,
Hmm.
Lost River, that whole era, he was just like in
Yeah.
really cool roles and really cool movies. And I sort of wish that continued. I understand the reasons why it's not, and he's great in everything that he does. I just like,
Yeah.
I kind of wish he would go back to doing some like darker, more adult themed stuff.
Yeah. You want to touch on the negativity around the casting at all, or no? I think we can skip over it. We don't really have to talk
I
about
mean,
it.
I guess I would just say like none of that stuff bothers me at all. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, I like, it's so funny. This was completely random. And maybe if anything, it will only just be embarrassing for Lindsay because of how interested she is in having this thing. She sent me on Instagram this thing about a ABC movie of the week from like the 90s where they did a Cinderella adaptation and Whitney Houston did the soundtrack for it. And I think it had never been released or something. And she was like, "Oh, if they release this on vinyl, we're buying it." And it was a Cinderella reimagining or adaptation. And I remember when it was on TV and Brandy was cast as Cinderella. And I remember thinking to myself how not a big deal that was at all. Like casting against what people think for race or type or anything.
Hmm.
Like when that stuff was happening when we were kids, it just felt like it would happen and it was just not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
And now for some reason it is.
Probably
but
because
that's
of the
never-
internet. The
I
internet.
guess, yeah.
People
guess.
just I feel like people just feel emboldened to just say this shit and like show their true colors, thinking they're anonymous on the internet. That's what I think it is.
I don't know. I mean, who was better, Elliot Page as Sinon or whatever the character's name, or the kid that plays Bear in Obsession? I'd be like Elliot Page by a million.
Oh, by far, yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I just.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
just
That
think it's
stuff doesn't bother
silly. I almost feel bad for you if the race or sexuality of a character or the actor or actress like playing the character bothers you so much that you can't enjoy the movie. Like I don't know. I feel bad for you.
I guess I just don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
I can't relate to it. I can't relate to it. I don't know. I just don't. There's not. Everyone has different things that trigger them, and I totally am open to that. But there's no part of me that really has a reaction to that. I guess maybe. No, I was trying to think the worst experience that I ever had with it, and it was Paul Feig's Ghostbusters thing. But it's not like I had a problem that they reimagined it with women because I was really excited to see it in the theater. I remember going to see it with my family in North Carolina. It was like it was my thing that I picked for us to do. We went. I think I got like they gave out little like Ghostbuster like enamel pins or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, how exciting! That's fun." But I just thought the movie was terrible and so unfunny.
Yeah.
But it's not because it had women in it. I just didn't think it was good or funny at all. I was like, well, this seems really poorly done.
Yeah.
So that's that's the only thing that I can even think of. It just does. I don't know. I don't know what it is that sets people off about that stuff, but
I mean, I do also think part of it is just a lot of the stuff that you see online. People are like getting clicks and views and making money off of the outrage.
Sure.
So it's like I'm sure that's actually part of it. And because the movie is so big and popular and so many people are talking about it, like they're going to go there. That's what they're going to say. They're going to use it, to push their agenda.
No, I mean, the Helen of Troy stuff, the most interesting thing to me about that was like how haunting it was that, like, oh my gosh, like just the idea that she left and like started this war and now she's back with that dude. And of course it's
Yeah.
like he like obviously like screwed up half her face, which is like it's complete. Like I wanted to see that, like not her getting disfigured. What I wanted to see is like him finding her again.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
how
I'll take any
haunting.
more John Bernthal. I thought him and Leguizamo were actually two of my favorite performances, and that might be weird because I feel like John Bernthal was kind of just playing the same character he always plays, but I thought that there was a cool. I mean, he's a piece of shit. Like his character is terrible, but there was like a coolness to him when Telemachus shows up and like he's telling him about his father and what happened in the war and like.
Agree. I mean, that's one of my favorite sequences in the movie, and I'm sort of on the record of being sort of an anti-John Bernthal guy. But like, it's not like I think he's a bad actor. I just sort of think there can be too much of him.
Yeah.
I think he's in too many things, and like I sometimes I think that's more of a problem. Like, yeah, I guess that everybody else that's triggered by other things. Here's my thing: don't be in too much.
Yeah.
Like, be more selective. But he is good in it. Like his sequence is really powerful, and it's one of the best in the whole movie for me.
Yeah.
I love all the stuff that's about Troy and about the history and about the characters, and I'm less into the mythological parts.
Yeah.
That's my summary.
I don't know why I just thought this was like a fun thing to think about too, because I was listening to The Big Picture earlier and they were talking about like other Nolan actors who they thought might be good for Odysseus. Obviously I thought Matt Damon did great, but I was thinking nobody mentioned Hugh Jackman. I was like, Hugh Jackman could have done it too, and that would have been cool.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't considered him a Nolan guy just because they really only ever worked together in The Prestige, and
I
now
mean,
it's
I guess
been like
that
20 years, right?
that's true, but
No, I mean it's a good poll. I just wouldn't have even considered it. I don't know. I don't get too carried away thinking about like the casting what ifs. I heard kind of what they said about Christian Bale, and it's like, yeah, I mean Christian Bale generally carries like a darkness with him, which would have been fine. But like, I think that probably what everybody's saying is right, which Matt Damon has a rootability factor that you need, because you need to be able to have him kind of make these difficult choices and maybe make some bad choices at times and have this big heavy thing weigh over him, but you're still rooting for him to get home to his wife.
Yeah, there's a charm to him for sure.
I think everything worked out the way it needed to.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be getting nominated for Best Actor?
I don't know, probably. I just feel like the movies that are this big are going to get...
They just automatically get nominated for a bunch of stuff, yeah.
I think so. I mean, and it's not to knock the performance, or the performance is good. I mean, I think he's better in Oppenheimer. But I think it's probably just because I like Oppenheimer more.
Yeah.
And he's not the lead in that. He's a supporting role. But I think he's great in a supporting role in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. If he gets nominated for it, I'll probably root for him. I guess we'll see what happens the rest of the year. I don't get too carried away with the acting awards. I like Best Picture, Best Director, and the Screenwriting Awards more.
Yeah. Cinematography?
I'm into that.
Yeah. One thing I feel like I feel like this is total just speculation, but one of the negatives I felt like the first time I watched it was like you could feel that they were being very conservative with like wide shots and stuff because of the IMAX shooting. Like,
yeah,
to me it just felt like they were cutting back and forth a lot just between close-ups and like middle shots, and like there weren't a lot of like massive, grandiose, like big, wide shots. I thought, other than like obviously the war stuff, and then Hades, I thought was awesome too. But
That's true. The look and the sets are amazing. Everything
Yeah.
about it is as good as can be.
yeah, the practicality is great for sure.
It's hard for me to even say that it's a 4.5 out of 5, but there's no part of me that's like, because I'm trying to be contrarian or anything. I'm just, there's segments of the story that I'm not that into.
Yeah,
like-
no, I agree with that. Yeah,
So that's the thing. But I think it's an amazing movie. I'll definitely end up owning it. But I just don't think I'll rewatch it as much as I watch Oppenheimer or Dunkirk or Interstellar or the Dark Knight movies.
I still don't get the Dunkirk thing. I saw that they, the big picture people rated that their favorite. Like
Really?
they rated them all, and that was their number one. I sent you my ratings too, and you didn't have a Nolan rating yet.
I
or
can fire
rankings.
off mine real quick. I know I have one that's controversial. What I think will be controversial. I mean, Dunkirk I do have in my top 5, which that might be controversial to you. But like, so I put Oppenheimer number 1. Not a lot of surprise. I've talked about it ad nauseum. The Dark Knight number 2. Interstellar number 3. This is where I think I will lose a lot of people. Number 4. The Dark Knight Rises. I think I've rewatched The Dark Knight Rises even more than The Dark Knight.
How much of that is because of the Pittsburgh setting or
Not
shooting?
much. Not even that much. It actually ends up making a lot more of New York and Chicago. I think end up making the final cut.
Mhm.
I just still think that the first hour and a half of The Dark Knight Rises is as good as The Dark Knight.
Mhm.
And I think that The Dark Knight hits a lull when you get to the Harvey Dent Two-Face stuff.
Mhm.
And I also agree that The Dark Knight Rises hits a lull. And I don't really like the lulls of either, but I enjoy all of the other stuff. I enjoy when I'm not in the lulls of either of those movies.
Mhm.
More so than other. I mean, I've rewatched The Dark Knight a million times. I've rewatched The Dark Knight Rises a million times. It's hard for me to not. How can I be fair and not put those in my top 5?
Mhm.
Number 5, Dunkirk. Number 6, The Odyssey. Number 7, Inception, which has probably slid. I still think it's a great movie. I'm not like Sean Fennessy where I'm like it sucks or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a ridiculous take, but like, I have softened on it since it came out,
Mhm.
but still number 7. Then I put 8 Memento, 9 The Prestige, 10 Batman Begins, 11 Insomnia, 12 Tenet, 13 The Following, and then I put in parentheses never watched.
Yeah.
So
I did watch The Following, but it was like 15 plus years ago, like on Netflix. That was an early Netflix streaming movie.
well, here's how it's not even capturing my attention. It's a Criterion, and I've
Yeah.
never even like picked it up, even though it's like cheaper than other Criterions and stuff too. But I'm always like, it just seems
Yeah.
boring.
I've passed over it many times too. I still don't own it either.
So I don't know. One day on The Following. So I know that probably my most blasphemous take is that I like The Dark Knight Rises, but I don't really care. I do like it. I
Yeah.
like The Dark Knight Rises. I find it very rewatchable.
I mean, I think The Dark Knight Rises is like leaps and bounds better than most Marvel stuff that comes out or most DC.
I don't really
stuff.
like any Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I haven't liked a Marvel movie since Spider-Man 2.
I mean, when you're comparing it to Nolan's other movies, yeah, it's not that great. But when you're comparing it to all
I
other
disagree.
superhero movies, it's great.
I mean, I have it in my top 5 Nolan movies. So
Yeah. Do you want me to fire mine off real quick
yeah,
for anybody who's interested?
please.
Well, you know I'm a sci-fi guy, so my top 2 are Interstellar and Inception. Number 3, The Dark Knight. Number 4, Oppenheimer. Number 5, The Odyssey. 6, Batman Begins. 7, Prestige. 8, Memento. 9, Dark Knight Rises. 10, Insomnia. 11, Dunkirk. 12, Tenet. 13, Following.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. I'm surprised you like Batman Begins that much.
That was like an early DVD for me that I watched repeatedly. I don't know, something about it.
I
like,
do think it
love.
was great. I feel like it was great at the time. When I watch it now, I feel like it's one of his movies that hasn't aged as well because I hate the like CGI slums or whatever.
Yeah. It's more of a me nostalgia thing. Like, I
Lindsay
know
really
The
likes it
Prestige
too.
and Memento are like better, more dense, thoughtful movies, but I just like I can
Yeah,
I can watch Batman Begins.
you're
Like,
not alone. Lindsay really likes Batman Begins too.
yeah.
She just had all three on the other day, and I was checking in at random ones,
Yeah.
and I still maintained I'm still more into Dark Knight Rises and Dark Knight than Batman Begins, but
I feel like we've
um,
gotten the Batman origin story like a million times, but this origin story with like Liam Neeson and like the
that's
ninja
true.
stuff and like all that, like him training and becoming like a ninja, I think that also is like part of what puts it up there for me because I like love like stupid Mortal Kombat martial arts stuff too. So, but yeah, I think
All
that's
right,
probably
well,
good on the Odyssey, right? You want to take a quick
I
break?
think so. Yeah, quick break.
Okay, we're back for our Patrick Swayze extravaganza here. We got three classics and one dud, I guess.
I don't know. There's some redeeming qualities.
I mean, I had fun watching it, but to be totally transparent with the audience, I did tell you if you didn't want to talk about this movie, we didn't have to.
I like if it was up to Lindsay, I think she would have been like, you couldn't have picked like Dirty Dancing as the fourth.
Well, I
Patrick
didn't
Swayze
think
movie.
Dirty Dancing or Ghost would fit into the dad bro mold,
I agree with that. Dirty Dancing kind of is just because it was on TNT all the time,
Yeah.
but it also is like not quite dad bro. Although I don't know with Steel Dawn. Steel Dawn is like in a category all of its own.
When I was watching it, I was thinking it feels like a post-apocalyptic Roadhouse too, so
Yeah.
it kind of fits. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of similarities. It's about a mysterious drifter. He's hired by this like group, or I guess he's not really hired. He just ends up helping these people defend their little farm from these bad dudes.
So it takes place and is filmed after Red Dawn.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because both. Oh, you have a.
Here's a look
Blu-ray.
at the cover. Yeah.
Insane. That artwork sums it up.
Yeah.
Red Dawn is a World War III movie.
Steel Dawn is post World War III.
So this is actually Jed from Red Dawn. He didn't actually die.
Yeah, after the nukes get fired and he somehow makes it out, he's hiding
It
out in a
does
bunker or
sort
something.
of feel like Swayze actually is just all of these characters all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's something spiritual about all of his characters for some reason.
He is very zen like. The very first shot in Steel Dawn you see him doing a headstand in like on this sand dune meditating.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to be attacked by sand people that look like there's something out of like Star Wars.
Well, that's the thing. Right in the beginning of the movie, you're like, is this Dune? Is it Star Wars? It's kind of like all of those things wrapped into one.
Mad Max a little bit.
Yeah, a little Mad Max. I was kind of getting a little Blade Runner too because that guy Leon from Blade Runner is in it. Mm-hmm. Which I didn't really remember seeing that guy in movies before, but like I looked him up and it seemed like he did have quite a few roles, but I only remember him as Leon from Blade Runner. He's kind of like a goofy looking dude.
Yeah.
You don't really imagine that guy being an actor in movies today if a guy looks like that.
Yeah, there's a couple other like random actors that I recognize too. Arnold Vosloo, I wrote down his name. He was Emotep from The Mummy.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't recognize him.
Emotep, that guy.
Okay.
Can't find it here. But the dude, there was a guy from The Matrix that played like the big bad guy too. I can't find his name now. His name in this movie is Damnell. He's played by a guy named Anthony Zerbe. He was like one of the elders in like in Zion in the sequels to The Matrix.
Wow.
I don't know if you
would
remember
not
that guy.
Yeah,
That's how I recognized him.
would not have placed that.
Yeah.
I really am not into those Matrix sequels.
Yeah.
I definitely love the first one and what it represents, and it's only gotten more, more analysis over time.
Hmm.
But like where it goes with those next two movies, I did always like the freeway action chase scene in the second one, though.
Like the Vampire Bros.
Yeah, or whatever they are. Is that what they
Yeah.
are?
Yeah, I think they're
like,
supposed to be like vampires or whatever.
they can like fade through shit.
I always liked the mythology behind that, where they're like computer programs, but like the way they explain it is like anytime you ever heard a story about like a monster or something,
Yeah.
It there was always some truth to it in the Matrix, but it was really just programs. You know,
I liked that concept too. I thought that was fun.
cool. Yeah.
But
Um,
that third
but
Matrix
Steel
movie,
Dawn.
At that point, though, it's really not working for me anymore.
Interesting fact, came out 1987, the same year as, what was it? Was it Dirty Dancing? I think it came out the same year as Dirty Dancing.
Crazy. I mean,
yeah.
this Steel Dawn basically seems like it shouldn't even exist as a movie, and then Dirty Dancing like propels Swayze to like a whole other level.
Yeah, I was watching some like special features, and they were talking about how Dirty Dancing actually came out before Steel Dawn, but it like basically they used Dirty Dancing to try to like hype up and sell the movie, but it still didn't do well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I looked at on Wikipedia, so I don't know how good these numbers are, but I think it said it had like a $3.5 million budget and made like 250,000 or something.
Yeah,
like, just complete
insane,
disaster.
massive flop. Yeah,
Yeah. Not that they spent that much, and it is like mostly takes place in the desert. Like
yeah,
the sets are like so bleak. There's just
yeah. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. With Red Sonja, the Red Sonja sets and cinematography and everything is like way better. I don't know where they spent $3.5 million on this, because everything to me looked super cheap. Like, some of the costumes are cool. Like, the it's all just very like Mad Max, and I think that stuff looks cool, but I'm sure it doesn't cost a lot to make.
probably not. Yeah, Mad Max I feel like looks a lot better than.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. There's a gritty realism to Mad Max that is, I would say, devoid in Steel Dawn. There's also like in the beginning, so you're getting like the Star Wars stuff. You're getting Star Wars vibes like big time.
Very Tatooine, yeah.
Yeah, Tatooine. Even like his existence is sort of Jedi-esque. You mentioned it. I mean, there's a spiritualness to his existence, and he's being attacked by sand people, and then they go to like a pub. He meets his old mentor or whatever, which it does seem like a space movie, even though it's not. It is an Earth movie.
Yeah.
But it seems like a space movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you immediately think of Tatooine and Star Wars and all that.
And
Even when they go to the little town, it just feels like Tatooine.
But when they go to the pub, it's evoking memories of Mos Eisley and that fucked up bar.
Yeah.
That they're at. I mean, and then I don't know, his mentor is just sort of unceremoniously killed here.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me more about what's going on?
I mean, I can't, sorry. And the story that follows is just not that compelling. It's pretty dull. I mean, all that happens is he goes and he like helps protect this lady's farm, and there's like a little bit of like a love story between him and the lady, but it's like nothing very interesting.
It is a sad upshowing of alpha maleism from casual Patrick Swayze character and Leon from Blade Runner, who has been like, I guess, taking care of or watching over this lady and her son, even though he's not the dad. We find out that the dad was killed, but this guy's been standing in as something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is that moment when he realizes that Swayze's here, and he's like not it's not gonna work out for him, so he packs his bags and he's about to leave.
Yeah. But Swayze throws an arm around him and he's like, "Nah, man, we need you around."
It's like, listen, it's okay, man. I'll take care of the lady, and you just stay here with us.
And they're feuding against a desert gang, which I guess everybody is just trying to find the good water.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite of Waterworld. It really is. Like, instead of everybody trying to find like pieces of land, everybody's trying to find the good water, and the lady has some good water.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a underground river type thing that she's trying to protect and
build an aqueduct. She has grandiose plans to build an aqueduct. I remember her disclosing that very clearly to Patrick.
Were you picking up on the Roadhouse similarities though?
Well, just the fact that he's like this. He's still. I mean, it's Roadhouse and Point Break, where he's like this spiritual guy. I mean, that's what I was getting. He's like this spiritual badass.
I mean, even down to the fact that like once the bad guy like realizes he's good at fighting, he like tries to hire him, and that doesn't work. So like,
here's an interesting question, and I am not so sure that I know the answer. It should be one of these, but it's not that clear to me of which movie has the worst dialogue.
Are you talking about between Roadhouse and Steel Dawn?
All four of these movies, which one has the worst dialogue?
I mean, Steel Dawn is like the least memorable. It's not there's not a lot of quotable stuff. Roadhouse and Point Break are pretty quotable.
Yes, totally agree. And that saves them. Like, there's these constant moments in Steel Dawn where it feels like these stop everything close up on Patrick Swayze just to say the most forgettable three words.
He plays it like dead serious too. Yeah. Which is like one of the like funniest qualities about Patrick Swayze is like he ratchets it up, especially in Point Break. And Red Dawn, like all these movies, he ratchets it up, and this is the worst one for sure.
I know. The funny thing about him is like it does seem like he is just all of these characters all the time. I mean, we can talk about it in Point Break, but it's like, and Roadhouse, he always did like all his own stunts. Like he wanted to surf for Point Break, although I'm pretty sure there's a part in 4K where they're showing somebody else that's not him. But he wanted to do his own surfing. He wanted to do all the skydiving stuff. Mm-hmm. I think to the point where Catherine Bigelow was like, "We don't want you doing all of these stunts." Like,
yeah, because you're gonna get hurt.
So he was always doing all this stuff. I just feel like he lived these roles, these insane roles all the time. I kind of feel like he was bringing himself to this stuff, which I don't know what you even say about that. What kind of like? Can you imagine hanging out with him as a person? Like, yeah. I can't imagine what that was like.
He's taking it all a little too seriously.
He was something, and it's kind of crazy that there was this period of time where Patrick Swayze could just be a main leading actor in these movies, and it would be like this spectrum from Steel Dawn to Dirty Dancing, and like that explains the Patrick Swayze of it all. Yeah. The fact that he was in these two movies in the same year. And then when it ended, it just ended. I mean, like in 1997, we were like, we're done with Swayze. And like everybody just don't look. And then eventually Richard Kelly would cast him to be in Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I mean, everything post Donnie Darko is very unremarkable, though. There's like no... I mean, Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, I never saw that.
I do. Is he in that? That must be just like a cameo.
It says he plays a dance class instructor.
Yeah, I think that must just be like a small bit part or whatever. It's just like a wing.
A voice in The Fox and the Hound too.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe that's a credit.
Up until he died did he die in 2009?
Somewhere around there. I do remember.
Yeah, he died in 2009.
That he was like when he had cancer and everything, that he was like still smoking cigarettes and everything, which seems like very apropos of his character.
I mean, if you already got cancer, I guess.
I know, but a lot of people do take that time to just be like, you know what, I think I'm going to give it up. But he doubled down, and that does feel Swayze-esque, and it sort of feels like any character that he ever played would have done the same thing.
I forgot that he was in The Player. I'm just looking at his IMDb now.
Yeah, that's
he
just
plays
like
himself.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that play themselves in The Player.
Yeah,
I think he just has a quick appearance in that.
but yeah,
We
can move on.
It's hard to find much more remarkable to say about Steel Dawn other than it's just like it's shocking that it exists.
Yeah,
But it is of that era. I guess if you want to tie it back to the Videotech thing, I mean, this just seemed like a movie you would find at a VHS rental store. Like,
it is a VHS to be treasure, probably. Yeah.
and like no other way to find it. Like,
Yeah.
this was not airing on TNT.
I mean, I never heard of it, and I started looking at or started collecting the Vestron video Blu-rays, and that's how I even found out about this movie because they put it out. So
yeah, which, by the way, I watched it on streaming, and they did put the Vestron logo before, and I'm like, that's cool.
Oh yeah, they must have used like that transfer or whatever.
Yeah, because nobody had a copy of it otherwise.
Yeah,
But it does take you back to a time when they were just like making throwaway movies like this.
yeah, for $3.5 million too.
Yeah, like I do feel like we don't live in that era anymore.
Okay. Next up, you want to talk about Red Dawn? Steel
Sure.
Dawn to Red Dawn?
Yeah. So Red Dawn is actually the prequel to Steel Dawn. It came
Yeah.
out before it. But Red Dawn, written and directed by the living legend. I think he's still alive.
John Milius?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also
He was not.
directed
I don't think
Conan
he
the
was doing
Barbarian.
too well. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Can
I
you
can
look
look it
that
up real quick.
Yeah, please. I don't think he was doing too well for a while, but I mean, he's old, you know, if he's alive. Better
Yep, I'm looking.
better take a quick peek before I'll feel bad if I'm saying
No, it
that.
says he's still kicking.
I thought he was. Yeah, he's 82. I think I've talked to you about this before, and I mean, just Googling him, and you see the picture. The John Goodman character of Walter in Big Lebowski is like supposedly based on him.
They look a lot alike.
Yeah. And like the concept of like how into like guns and everything that like. But Milius is a legend. He did a pass of Quint's Indianapolis speech in Jaws. You know, he wrote some of that. He was just like a big player in that crew with Coppola and Spielberg. But this was one of his standalone efforts, not where he's adding to one of their things. And it is a weird movie, Red Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, compare the beginning of Red Dawn to the end of Red Dawn, and it's just like two different things. Like, I had seen this movie before, but it had been like quite a while since I had last watched it. I didn't remember how kind of like bleak and drab the ending is.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say about it. I think the beginning is awesome.
Yeah.
To pick, like, to start the movie and just be like, we're going to have kids in a school and
Paratroopers.
Parachutes are just like landing around them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's awesome. And it looks awesome. Like, it's sort of haunting. Their teacher is shot like right away in front of all
he's the first one to go down. Yeah.
This is 5 minutes into the movie, and you're like, all right. Yeah. And like they're picking the KGB like it's like Russia and Cuba. It's basically like if the post kind of JFK stuff, if the Cuban Missile Crisis, that stuff doesn't end up getting like settled, and they're rising to power and they're going to invade the U.S. Now, there is some exposition stuff where they're explaining what has happened. It's not like this is a surprise exactly. Like, the world is sort of in disarray on the brink of World War III, and now invasion.
I actually really like the way they do it too, because like it feels like they could have like tried to show some of that stuff, but they just have Powers Booth's character, like this downed pilot, kind of explain everything that's happening like part of the way into the movie. Yeah. I don't know. I just really liked how they did that, like the introduction of his character and explaining all that stuff. I did think that all worked really well.
So everyone's going into like a scramble because soldiers are landing. Like, we're immediately in chaos, and I love that like the kids and it's basically The Outsiders. It's Swayze, it's C. Thomas Howell. We have Charlie Sheen, who wasn't in The Outsiders, but seems like he could have been. Like, you know, and they just go to a gas station. And they're like, all right, let's load up. We're going to the woods, baby. I mean, this is like the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then it becomes a camping movie.
Yeah.
A camping movie with guns.
Some guerrilla warfare thrown in.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you know, The Patriot, where they're like, you know, forming these little tactical groups to...
Little high school age militia.
Yeah, militia to just like annoy and occasionally kill the troops. Watching this... I watched it, I don't know, in the last couple of years, and then just watching it again for the show. I mean, I cannot contain myself with Jennifer Grey and a young Leah Thompson just firing heavy machine guns.
It is some pretty cool imagery.
So, I mean, Leah Thompson looks like so small and young, and she's like on these like heavy ass like machine guns.
It's kind of like I forget the actress's name, but in One Battle After Another, the shots from the trailer of the pregnant lady firing the machine gun. There's something awesome about seeing a lady fire a machine gun like that.
I know, but like these are like young girls. Like they're even like so much smaller. It's funny. Jennifer Grey is, of course, in this movie from Dirty Dancing. Like all the same people just in these movies from the Swayze era.
And this is pre-Dirty Dancing, actually. This came out in 84, so just a couple years before Dirty Dancing.
That's right.
And Steel Dawn.
Yes. And I don't know, how did this do? I assume this didn't do that well, right?
I don't know. I didn't write down the box office numbers.
Actually, I think I did look it up, and I do think it was a profitable movie. I think it had like a $30 million budget, which seems crazy. 17 million. According to Wikipedia, it cost 17 million and made 38 million. So it made a profit.
I did think it was cool. It's the first film released in the U.S. with a PG-13 rating.
Yeah, so his buddy Spielberg goes and, you know, strikes a deal with the MPAA or however that all worked out to make PG-13 be a thing.
We were talking about that with Gremlins previously. Yeah.
I didn't realize. I also saw that just when I was like looking up some notes about this movie, and I didn't really realize it was this that ended up being the first one. But I guess it's appropriate since, you know, he was part of the Spielberg overall crew. And
it does almost feel like if it came out today, it would be an R movie, though. I don't know.
It's not that bloody, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely violence, but the violence does almost seem a little video gamey or something.
Yeah. I mean, but just like the teacher getting blown away in the beginning.
That's true.
I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't seem that gritty of a movie to me, though. Doesn't it always seem a little?
Yeah.
Like,
I think maybe that a little bit of that is Patrick Swayze hamming it up. Too, that makes it feel a little
seems
silly.
like a little soap opera-y too. Like I feel like when they go to like Ben Johnson's house, you know, Ben Johnson from the Last Picture Show. It's the random house. It's where the girls lived, like the ranch house that they're just like I don't know it. There's like a weird, wholesome goofiness to.
Yeah, they're playing like two-hand touch football in his backyard, and it seems like a wide open area. You're like the Soviets could show up at any moment here.
So I love the first act, maybe the first half. I love when they go back to town and all of the adults are like in a base camp or whatever behind a fence, and it's Harry Dean Stanton's their dad.
Yeah, Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is great. And I love when they're first out in the woods. They've gone to the gas station. They've got their guns. They've gotten a bunch of food and supplies.
For me, this movie is kind of like one of those things. Like when I saw it when I was a kid, it was kind of like a weird fantasy thing where it's like you kind of want something like this to happen. I don't know. Maybe that's just like a weird me thing where like when I was a kid and I would watch like zombie movies, I'd be like, oh, this would be so cool if this actually happened, even though it's like fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a weird fantasy thing. I don't know.
No, I get it. Yeah, like the part of the concept seems cool and fun because, not that this is really that fair of a comparison, but it's like staying in the mall after it closes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. It does have that kind of feel.
Like no school, no job, you're just surviving off the land. I don't know.
Anarchy. Yeah.
Before your brain is fully developed, you think that would be, a fun existence.
Even though it would just be like so scary, actually.
Yeah. But
Now
like when you're 13, you're like, oh, this is awesome.
It does feel like for a while that they, they're living like, it seems like they're up in like a national park or something, and they are like away from any of the actual soldiers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. The movie does take a weird turn when the adult pilot character shows up and is just like hanging out with them and living with them.
Yeah. Which one of the girls kind of like starts a fling with him too? And that's that felt icky.
The younger looking one.
Yeah, it's like he's like a 35-year-old pilot and she's like 16 and has PTSD.
Now, to be fair, there's no indication, I don't think, that he's like pursuing anything with her. I think it's just she has like a crush on him.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I think, I'm just going off my recent memory.
I mean, they're not like kissing or anything. It just did feel a little icky. I don't know.
Yeah, she's definitely upset when he dies. That's for sure.
Mm.
There's a bunch of like random plot moments that happen that don't seem like they carry as much weight as maybe they should. I don't like people just kind of die and it's like, all right,
yeah,
that sucks. And then like their one friend ends up going back into town and having like a bug, like to track them. Like,
yeah,
he's like swallowed it or whatever, and he talks about the horrible things that they did to it. And you're like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Like how long?
I feel like that was like they just had to throw something in to mix it up. Yeah, like his dad kind of being like a shitty politician or whatever.
Yeah.
And them using him, yeah.
A lot of that stuff, like the tone of it just seems off.
Yeah, it seems like it's maybe trying to be a little bit more serious than it should have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
And even like the main like the leader of like the Cuban group at first that's there, I think he kind of has like, well, he definitely has like a crisis of faith or whatever, like at the end of the movie where he could kill Patrick Swayze and his brother Charlie Sheen, but he decides not to because he kind of just like feels like, oh, what we're doing is wrong. That to me felt out. I don't know. It's a little out of place, maybe a little.
Yeah,
more, I don't know.
It's kind of a clunky movie that has some of like the kitschiness, some of the fun, but like the whole ride is like a little bit of ups and downs, and it's not really a consistent tone throughout. What do you think about like the trap that is set for them?
With the food that falls off the truck or whatever,
it plays out very slowly.
It's weird that it's even it almost to me doesn't even seem like a trap because like the helicopters show up like after they've already they're not on the road anymore. They're like somewhere.
Yeah, I guess I assume it's a trap. Are you saying that maybe it's?
I don't know if maybe it just wasn't I don't know.
Maybe it's not, and the helicopters just happened to find them shortly after they were eating the food.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right though. It's clunky. Like the fact that we're even talking about it.
It plays out like so slowly. It's not that long of a movie really, but like it's definitely a weird narrative. I don't feel like it's ever as good again as it is in like the first act.
I think the concept is cool. Like something about America being invaded is interesting. Like it's something that you don't see a lot in movies.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like there was a video game I played back in the day, like one of the Call of Duties. Like this was basically like the storyline. Like you're not kids obviously, but it's like small town America is being invaded by the Russians. And it's just a cool concept, but in practice it just doesn't it didn't work that well, I guess. I don't know.
Did you ever see the remake of this?
I did, but I don't remember it at all. I know
I didn't watch it. They remade Red Dawn and Point Break kind of around the same time, within the same like 4 or 5 years of each other. Mm-hmm. I saw part of the Point Break one. It was like really bad. And not bad in a fun way, like the other Point Break is.
Yeah.
I just thought it was bad. It seemed like the Red Dawn remake was probably that way too. I never saw it,
Yeah,
but
I saw it and is completely forgettable. I don't remember anything about it other than the fact that Thor was in it and it was
now
not great.
I do think that there's people who love Red Dawn the way that I love Point Break and Roadhouse, and I'm not there, but I do commend those people. I mean, I'm happy for them that they have that relationship. I don't think it's as fun.
Yeah.
Like, there is fun stuff in Red Dawn. It's just like a weird ride, and like the
There is
tone-
just like a weird. That's what I was saying. Like the beginning starts out so crazy fun, like dudes shooting
Yeah.
bazookas at school buses. That's like cool and crazy.
There's
but then
almost-
by the end, it's just dark and heavy, kinda.
yeah, there's almost too much military stuff with the kids. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have maybe more football.
Yeah,
That could have been.
I mean, I
football.
do love the fact that they call themselves the Wolverines and like
Yeah, that is fun.
they're like tagging walls and like doing this guerrilla warfare stuff. I think the movie's like very watchable. I never
Same.
wanted to turn it off or fast forward. So
I think I could have stood for like a little bit more like hijinks in the woods and like just like kind of their day-to-day lives
yeah,
and less guerrilla warfare. Some guerrilla warfare still, but like I would have been interested in just like I don't know, whatever the hell they're getting up to out there. Like, what do you do all
Yeah.
the time to pass the time? I mean,
yeah. And there's like the hunting scene too, where I don't remember all the characters' names, but they make the one character like drink the blood of the first
Yeah,
deer he kills
that's
or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yes, Red Dawn is insane. But always good to see John Milius' name pop up, a guy who was such a contributor to movies and definitely like, you know, directed his own stuff, but you just certainly not as much of a household name as his brethren in Spielberg and Coppola, even though he did like contribute a lot of stuff to their movies. So I watched a documentary about him like, I don't know, 7 years ago or so, and I really liked it, and I've kind of been a fan ever since. And it's just whatever. I'll be a supporter of whatever he did because it was a cool contributor to a big era of movies.
Right. Okay, should we move on? What do you want to do next, Roadhouse or Point Break?
Let's do Point Break first. The Roadhouse will be the closer.
Okay. Well, you said before we started recording that you could talk for like 2 hours, so
I could show up any time and do Point Break, which is a movie that I've watched a million times. I'm sure. Do you have the same? Shout select 4K. Yeah. Amazing. The pictures on the back of the dead presidents robbing the bank and the skydiving with the hands locked in the embrace while they skydive. Directed by Catherine Bigelow,
wife of James Cameron or former wife?
time. Well, they were at least a couple at the time. Actually, this guy, I don't know what his. I can't remember the guy who screenplay by like W. Peter Iliff, who I'm not really familiar with that name, but supposedly Cameron contributed some stuff to the script, and it like annoys him that he didn't get more of a credit.
I was gonna say, isn't there kind of like a poltergeist thing with this, where like some conspiracy theorists think that he kind of like ghost directed some of this too?
Probably. Maybe some of that's unfair to Catherine Bigelow, but
Yeah, I could be making that up too. I might be getting that.
I'm
story
sure
mixed
there's
up with
probably some
something
of that
else.
stuff out there. And I'm sure like a lot of these back in this era, there was a lot more, and who knows what happens now. I'm not saying it happened then, it doesn't happen now, but like because I've read things, I've read books about movies from these time periods and stuff. There was like a lot of uncredited contributing going on. I mean, the John Milius stuff, I found out like a lot of the stuff that he contributed to, not always credited. So like none of that stuff surprises me if it's true, and I don't think it's like a knock to Catherine Bigelow because I do think that there was a lot of that happening. Like,
Yeah.
especially,
I mean, I wasn't trying to knock her either by even bringing it up because I do think she's a good director. I know she did. What did she win Best Director for?
Hurt Locker
The Hurt Locker. Yeah, that movie's great.
in '09, which I don't think I've watched since that year. Have you ever gone back and rewatched that?
I've watched it more than once, but it's been quite a while.
Not really my favorite type.
It's
of
not a
movie.
fun movie either.
Yeah.
It's that's pretty bleak as
It was
well.
more one that you appreciate, but like not necessarily rushing to revisit.
Yeah.
So, just an insane movie. We have Keanu Reeves always hamming it up all over the place in every role that he's in, playing FBI agent Johnny Utah, former college quarterback. Which, by the way, this movie and The Replacements, where he plays like I don't know Shane Falco or something. He's also a movie where he was a college football star who like had an injury.
Yeah.
He plays in 2 movies. He was like a college football star who played in like the national championship game or whatever, and like had an injury. Like that's his backstory twice.
Johnny Utah to me just sounds like such a fake name, but it works so perfectly with this movie.
Yeah, Johnny Utah is great, and I mean this is just like the ultimate in over the top. The fact that it's Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze in the 2 lead roles, and Swayze is like this might be his all timer for me.
Yeah.
Like I mean Roadhouse.
Bodie?
Yeah, Roadhouse definitely. I mean, Roadhouse is like it's on my Mount Rushmore of just like over the top, insane movies that are just amazing. And he's so good in Roadhouse. But like what he's bringing to this Bodhi character,
There's more of the like mystical, like shaman type character in this for sure.
Like combination of like Zen and anti-establishment, like. Don't let
he is one of the coolest anti-heroes, I would say, because you never really I feel like you're never not rooting for him until the bank robbery towards the end where some people get killed.
He's like an anti-villain in this, yeah.
That's kind of like when I start to turn on him a little bit is like when that happens, but and then even at the end it's like you still want him to like not get caught, kind of.
Yeah, you do want to root for him for some reason, even though he does end up crossing some lines that you can't come back from.
Yeah, I mean he like takes I forget the girl's name, but he has her held hostage, and that's fucked up. But
like the movie, you're never really turning against him because you can get behind the idea that these guys just rob banks. Like, yes, they're criminals. But they don't hurt people. Like they're supposed to be like pacifists, even though they it's like, I mean, it doesn't make sense, obviously. But they rob banks, but you get the sense early on that they aren't. That killing people is never part of the plan.
Yeah,
and I'm sure for most bank robbers, it's not part of the plan. But like we endear ourselves to this particular group of bank robbers and think, well, they're nonviolent. They just need the guns to accomplish what they set out to do.
Yeah.
Come on, they're nonviolent surfers. Let's go. But besides these 2, you've also got Gary Busey playing friggin' Pappas is his name. Utah. There's this place around the corner it's got the best meatball sandwiches. I need you to go get me 2 of them. Utah, get me 2.
The guy that plays the police captain too, he's way over the top.
Yeah, what is that guy's name? I mean, John C. McKinley. His name's like
John C.
Harp.
McKinley. Yeah,
It's like Harp or something.
Ben Harp. Yeah,
Harp. Special Agent Utah. This is not some job flipping burgers at the local drive-thru. Yes, the surfboard bothers me. Yes, your whole approach to this goddamn case bothers me. And yes, you bother me.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh my gosh, I love like everything with him is so good. He's just it's just like everyone is trying to like raise the level on each other of just ridiculousness. And then like you even have Tom Sizemore as Dietz, the guy that was undercover on the other group of surfers.
Oh yeah, you only see him a little bit, but dude, that whole scene too, the raid, is way more intense than I remember it being.
So here's a big positive about the movie that I'm going to be 100% genuine on. I think the action sequences are great. Like
that shootout in that house, the raid is incredible, and everything they do with like they set up the lawnmower and then they go back to the lawnmower, and it's like, that whole scene is directed like perfectly.
The raid is good. I would say like the bank robberies in general are good. it's kind of haunting with them wearing their, president's masks and everything, and they kind of look cool. But what really the bank robbery that goes bad, I think, is really well done too, where people actually do get shot, and there's like that.
It's like the cop
hero
that's
guy.
off duty, and yeah.
And he's like wanting that like security guard to back him up, and the guy's like, "No, don't."
Yeah.
It's like, don't. Which would be me. I'd be like, "What are you doing? Just let him."
Yeah, just let him.
Not your
This
money.
money is insured. What you don't understand is Bodhi is a good guy. Okay, he's a pacifist.
Yeah, let's not get crazy. And then the girl is Lori Petty, Tank Girl or whatever, and League of Their Own. She was definitely like in movies in this era. I don't know what happened after that, but she was in a lot of movies during this time. And it is weird because she definitely dated Bodhi, but she's also the love interest of Johnny Utah, which they have this weird brotherly connection over that.
Yeah, it's like the free love surfer thing. Like,
yeah. But they're all kind of cool with it. It's just the vibe. It's go with the flow. What's mine is yours. Like, and Utah is like enamored by this lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a college sports star. He's kind of been part of the system his whole life.
Something that I found a little bit hard to believe too, though, is like I don't typically think that surfers or people in that lifestyle are big college football fans. They all seem to know him, and like there's a whole scene on the beach at night while they're playing football. I don't know. In my experience, people who are into that kind of thing are not big football fans.
I think that's a fair criticism. I mean, the only thing I can say is
it doesn't bother me. I'm just saying it was just a nitpick.
I mean, they're in Southern California. I feel like maybe one of the teams that was in the Rose Bowl was USC.
Yeah.
University of Southern California. So maybe I think he played for Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I think maybe they played USC. I remember the
I don't know.
fictional Rose Bowl.
I just think at that time, especially like football jocks and surfer dudes not really meshing that much.
Well, but Bodie is like an everyman.
True,
he's kind of he can hang with anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bodie was like Randall Pink Floyd in Dazed and Confused. Like he was like, yes, he was a jock. He hung out with the jocks, but he
I'm
hung
gonna
out with the
smoke weed
stoners.
too and hang out.
And Randall Pink Floyd in Dazed and Confused hung out with like the losers. Like he was friends with them and would like play poker with them. I feel like Bodie is like that.
Yeah, that's him.
He's into everything. He's just like a cool, all well-rounded dude who he's got that magnetic personality, and you just want him in your circle, and he's kind of a part of everybody's circle. Even the like really evil surfer dudes are like, they kind of respect him and like him. So this movie, look, you could go on and on about everything that happens in it. But I feel like the Johnny Utah character is drawn to this life because he grew up as a really popular athlete that was good at what he did. Obviously played at the highest collegiate level, couldn't go pro, but probably had like everything handed to him, but was used to being in these like structures. It's football practice every day. And then you're going right into being a police officer, which is another kind of structure. And he meets Bodie, and Bodie's like, you got to live outside the structures, man. Look at the surf. Look at it. Like, and it's eye-opening to him. There's something that I sent you a clip actually about Red Dawn of Adam Carolla and Bill Simmons from like 20 years ago or whatever, 15 years ago. But those two used to do these types of movies, like on like either Carolla's old radio show. This was like way before like podcasts were like so regular, but like that was one of the first things that kind of turned me on to like these types of movies. The Red Dawn thing, the story of Bill Simmons saying how they were going to like do it for that show back then, and him saying that he went to Best Buy and couldn't find it in the action section, but he found it in the war section. It's like one of the great war movies of our time, Red Dawn. But they also used to always do this, like Point Break. There's the part where Keanu Reeves is, "This is your wake-up call, Bodie. I am an FBI agent." Like, then he spells it out like so slowly. I used to always bring that part up. So every time that happens in the movie, I always like focus on it. When Keanu Reeves is chasing Bodhi on foot too, another good action sequence.
Yeah, when he screams and shoots his gun in the air. I mean, that's like the most memorable moment from the movie, I feel like.
Absolutely. Big bummer moment when Pappas dies. I sort of feel like Gary Busey died. Everybody from Bodhi's crew dies. Like, everybody's, like, wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie ends with somehow Keanu Reeves is not in jail. Johnny, you talk. Should he not be in jail after, like, what happens? I mean,
for letting him go out and surf, you mean?
No. Before that. Everything that happens, like, where he robs the bank with the dead president.
Yeah, I feel like the captain definitely wants to throw him in jail, but Busey's character Pappas is like no. But I think he could explain his way out of it. He's like, what's her face was held hostage, so they forced me at gunpoint to do this. Like,
I'm not sure if it all tracks. I don't know. I don't know if they let you get
so?
away with that. I don't. People got killed on this. Like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Obviously, what the movie's telling us is you could be in a situation like this and explain your way out of it.
I mean, he was forced into it. I don't know.
I mean, shouldn't he have tried to just like arrest Bodhi or something?
I guess that's fair. Yeah. But then what's his face would have killed this lady.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Maybe it checks out. I just feel like you would not be able to continue to be a cop after this. I think they'd be like, you went in too deep.
Well, doesn't he just toss his badge at the very end anyways? He's like,
yeah, he does. Right. He goes through this whole chase to find Bodhi, who's predictably at this like giant wave, and then, dies surfing. And it's like the Jedi. You become one with the Force.
Yeah.
That's what happens to him. But I love Point Break. I can watch it like any time. I have watched it a million times. Watching it in 4K, though, even though I talked about it earlier, where Swayze wanted to do a lot of his own stunts with surfing, it's definitely a better look on VHS when they're doing some of the surfing sequences. Seeing it in like ultra high def, you're like, well, that ain't Swayze. Like when he's like in the wave with the wave going over him and you can kind of see the face, I'm like, that is a stunt double.
Mm-hmm.
But I give Swayze a lot of credit for how much of the stunt and the fighting and stuff that he did.
Yeah. As much as Swayze hams it up too, I think he gives a much better performance than Keanu, to be honest. I have maybe a weird take on Keanu. I think he's like an amazing person, but I don't know if his acting skills are like that great, to be honest.
I think that's generally accepted. I don't think anybody thinks he's a great actor.
Like I love The Matrix and this movie and like probably a million other movies that he's in, but I don't know if he's like a great actor, to be honest.
He's a movie star.
Yeah.
He's a movie star.
He's likable, but I don't know if he's
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, could there be another Keanu Reeves today? That's hard for me to think of who that would be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I can't believe that it happened for him.
Yeah. Was Bill and Ted before this or after?
Yeah, Bill and Ted would have been before this. Like, he's had his career revived like multiple times too. Like,
I mean, yeah, John Wick is like a massive thing now, and
yeah, people love those movies.
But I mean, he doesn't have to act a whole lot in that. It's a lot of gun fu. So
I don't know if he's ever really acting. I think he just kind of is this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it.
Kind of dumb.
I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on him. I love him. I just don't know if he brings the same level of energy.
Well, let me just say this. I don't think Christopher Nolan was considering him for Odysseus.
Yeah.
Okay. We can move on to the epic conclusion of Crazy Swayze with Roadhouse.
I didn't know that you had the vinegar syndrome.
Oh, yeah, Keith. As soon as they put this out, I was like, I got to get this bad boy. I think isn't there now like a different release of this too? Like another 4K release? I feel like I saw.
Yeah, they put it out again because this was like one of the limited ones.
I mean, the artwork on this is awesome.
Yeah.
Bar open late.
I told you about my awesome pick up with this, right? Or my story of how I got this.
I can't remember.
I wasn't like collecting Vinegar Syndrome until like, I don't know, semi-recent. I still don't even really collect it that much. But I found it. I kept the sticker because, or the receipt, because I found it at Half Price Books and they totally had it like marked off. If you buy this like on eBay now, it's like $100. I found it for like $25. Big brag.
I love it.
It's nice when you find like a sweet deal like that. I don't know, at a used store.
It is. It's always good. Look, we're people like you and me, Keith. We're always on the hunt for a good bargain buy. It takes us back to our Blockbuster days of buying like 4 for $20 and the occasional 5 for $20.
Yeah, I mean the amount of excitement I had when I saw that, I was like, it was a good day.
That is great. So, Roadhouse. We once again have a somehow Buddhist monk brotherhood. This time, it's not surfers. It's not these weird post-World War III desert people with swords.
It's bouncers.
It's bouncers, or even more specifically, Keith, coolers.
Yeah, coolers.
You know,
And do you think that's like a normal term that's used in the industry?
maybe by somebody. I only because of Roadhouse. I don't know of this existing in the world. Any bar I've ever been to, and I've been to a few in my time, no one's ever referred to the person working in the door as a cooler.
As a cooler, yeah.
Not one time. Not a single time in my life did that happen. But there's multiple coolers in this movie, and weirdly enough, Tillman knows all of them.
Yeah. The whole mythology behind this, like this whole world of the band knows him too, and like bartenders know who when he shows up at the Roadhouse. One of the bartenders or one of the servers is like, "Holy shit, you're Dalton, aren't you?" Like,
the craziest one though is like in terms of reactions to the people, when Sam Elliott, Wade Garrett, the legend, Mr. Cool himself, the creator of Cool, Wade Garrett, when he shows up at the Double Deuce and Tillman sees him and he just gets this big shit-eating grin on his face and it's just like, I know you. It's just, Tillman, just kill yourself. Like, he's the worst. Actually, a hilarious moment during the World Cup. Team USA had this player whose last name was Tillman, and like a couple times he scored goals on free kicks. And like when that was happening, Zach would like text just a picture of Tillman from Roadhouse, which was cracking me up. So Tillman hires Dalton to come clean up the Double Deuce, which, the movie's called Roadhouse. There is no Roadhouse. There's no character Roadhouse. The bar's not named Roadhouse.
mm-hmm.
Roadhouse was remade with Jake Gyllenhaal. Another remake that's not good. I didn't like it. Did you watch the Roadhouse remake?
I did, but it was hard to pay attention to. I wasn't into it.
Thank you. It's insulting to the existence of this one. Comes into town to clean up the Double Deuce, which is just insane. People like beating the hell out of each other every night, broken glass everywhere. Like,
I love how the band has to have a fence in between them and the crowd because people are just throwing beer bottles and whatever at them.
Zero police presence in this town because they're all under the thumb of Brad Wesley, the villain of the town, the kind of overlord of the town. Everybody has to kick up to him, played by Ben Gazzara. I love his demeanor in this movie. He is just so good as this villainous dude. I love when it's like before him and Dalton have really kind of crossroads with each other, and Dalton's driving down the street and Brad Wesley's driving down the street and just like weaving in.
He's like whistling while he's driving. Such an asshole. Oh just my God. So the most hateable. The moment when I was like, this is so insane that the cops aren't showing up for this is the monster truck through the car dealership. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
but
They're not showing up for this.
Brad Wesley runs this town. I mean, he can do what he wants. The cops are gonna turn the other cheek. Hey, J.C. Penney is coming to Jasper because of him. Okay?
Yeah.
But Dalton's, I mean, he's getting all sorts of attention. This is like every Patrick Swayze movie is kind of like a Western too. Like I feel like there's always like a Western element, and that's like no different here. He shacks up in this local barn, kind of a cool little bachelor pad in the upstairs of Emmett's barn.
Yeah. No AC.
Yeah, he doesn't seem that sweaty though. I mean, constantly shirt off again, like just like wearing jeans, no underwear.
Yeah, he does freeball it quite a bit.
Always doing martial arts. We're kind of heading into that era where martial arts was like big in American filmmaking. Not sure what all the influence was there, but like in the 80s,
Maybe the
and
Bruce
the
Lee
90s,
stuff. I don't know. Yeah.
it was, but it certainly permeated into American movies in the 80s and 90s.
I mean, Swayze seemed to be drawn to it too a little bit because I mean, Steel Dawn, he's like doing a lot of martial arts type stuff too.
It does look ridiculous though,
and even the way he fights in Point Break, it's like
Yes.
he's like kicking dudes, like karate kicking and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he a martial artist? I don't know.
It seems like he had to be. I think anything he did in a movie, he did in real life. So
Yeah.
he smoked cigs, he surfed, he was very zen. He starts hooking up with the local doctor, played by Kelly Lynch, just goes by Doc. There's a certain level of responsibility that I expect a doctor to bring to their just presence in town, and I feel like Doc is really letting us all down.
Yeah.
She's like, what? Like, I just feel like, Doc, this isn't appropriate for you.
She
Like,
does fall for him like immediately.
you can't be like hanging out, like, and it's not even like Dalton is like. Obviously, he's not causing any trouble at bars. He's cleaning up trouble at bars, but it's still late nights. I mean, he can't leave the bar until
2 in the morning,
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So she's like waiting up for him. Now, granted, she might work some crazy shifts at the hospital or whatever, but then she's going out drinking with him like after the bars close, hanging out with him and his loser friend Wade Garrett.
They stay up until the sun comes up.
And I'm like, Doc, we need you to be a little bit more of a responsible presence in town.
Yeah, it also seems kind of out of character that she had a fling with Brad, it seems like, right? Like they were a thing.
Well, it's weird because I feel like they never fully reveal it. That like they say that he was married before or whatever, and she left him or something. But then they also act like, yeah, the two of them were together, and maybe she left town. And it's I feel like it's never really said that she was actually that like his wife or whatever. But they definitely had some sort of.
They had something, yeah.
And at some point, he's just kind of watching them hook up from across the river.
Yeah.
My favorite moment with Doc, though, is when Emmett's house is like blows up in the background, but like right before that, they're like kind of fighting, and he's like, I got to save these people from Brad Wesley, and she's like, who's gonna save them from you? Like an explosion. It's one of the best moments in the movie. And then, of course, Jimmy, Wesley's right-hand man, who all sorts of like homoerotic, like tension happening between him and Dalton at all times.
This is what I mean when I was saying like the similarities between Steel Dawn and this. Like,
yeah,
same situation. There's like a dude like this in Steel Dawn who's
There's
like,
I just feel like Swayze was constantly trying to make the same movie.
yeah.
Jimmy gets his throat ripped out by Dalton.
They allude to that previously too, don't they? Like they talk about like he killed somebody by ripping his throat out before.
I think so. I don't know if they say it directly like that. He definitely killed someone before. It was maybe
He was with a married woman or something. They talk about.
I don't know how you
little.
accidentally rip somebody's throat out in self-defense.
Yeah.
I ripped somebody's throat out in self-defense.
This is a quick reaction.
Yeah. When you have that like skill where you can just do that in one depth move, I can.
It was a
understand
reflex. He couldn't help himself.
I can understand how that would happen. But I enjoy when they have the kind of center action piece of the movie when everybody's at the Double Deuce after they burn down Red's auto shop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Wesley's in the barn. And he's like, tell those firemen to come over here. I want to buy them a drink. and then the scene kind of devolves into the fight scene with Jimmy and Wade Garrett. We have all the players in the mix at that point. We have Wesley's girl who's like constantly flirting with Dalton, much to the chagrin of Wesley, but he kind of also encourages
It's kind of like he wants her to do that too. Like there's the whole scene in the bar when he sends her up on stage and she's like taking her top off and like trying to seduce him right in front of Brad. Like,
and this is somehow like meant to get a rise out of him. I guess it's just causing a scene at the Double Deuce.
Yeah, I don't know.
Many people try to kill Dalton throughout the movie, all unsuccessful.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good at this move where he just kicks guns out of people's hands.
Yeah.
He does that like 3 times where he like, I'm pretty sure they could pull the trigger in the time that it takes him to wind up his leg and kick this gun out, but he does it to everybody.
I love how like the final showdown when he goes to Brad's house, there's like a ton, like a bunch of dudes in there, and he goes in there like unarmed, right? Like he's like a ninja, like commando special forces dude. Like
when he's like perusing through Wesley's house, and Wesley's just like, my game room or whatever, where it's all just like,
Stuffed.
Dead animals hung up. Or he's like, the only thing that's missing is your ass. Yeah. I mean, there's so many insane great lines in this movie.
You mentioned what's the number one henchman's name? I don't
Jimmy.
remember his name. But like right before he gets killed, he's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. What the fuck?
Yes, that is definitely a top 5 line of the movie. And you just can't beat the very end. The way that the movie ends as ridiculous as can be, which is like the townspeople all kill Wesley, and then they just hide the shotguns as the police are showing up, and they all say, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's going to work, yeah.
And it's like, so based on the logic of Roadhouse, I now understand why nothing happens to Johnny Utah, and he's just able to keep being a cop. Because you could just be like, well, I didn't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one time the cops finally show up, right?
Watching this in short succession with The Dark Knight, though, to bring back, I'll leave you with this thought, to bring back the Christopher Nolan of it all. I was like, there's a little bit of a Joker influence at the part where Wesley calls Dalton. He's like, all right, you got to choose. I'm going to flip a coin, and I'm either going to kill Wade Garrett or Doc. And I love how he actually does flip the coin.
Oh,
But it all ends up being a trick. Like they beat up Garrett, and then he leaves Wade Garrett at the bar because he thinks, they're actually going after Doc, and it was all.
And then he has a knife in his chest, right? When he comes back, yeah.
I think it's in his back, but maybe it's his chest. But he certainly has a knife in him, and he is super dead. And it's one of the saddest deaths because Wade was like, "Hey, man, let's just skip town."
Yeah,
he was trying to get him out of there. Miho.
Yeah.
Miho.
I mean, dude, if I could have like a genie in a bottle and make one wish, I think one of the wishes would be Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett to come and just call me Miho and be my friend.
I have to take this time, Keith, and totally agree with you. I do. I mean, look, Wade Garrett is the coolest person in the history of time.
Yeah, it doesn't get much cooler than Wade, for sure.
All right, well, how about that? An hour on Crazy Swayze, the ultimate in dad bro movies.
Yeah.
And there were more than these 4, but I mean, Point Break and Roadhouse are both 5-star movies for me because I get so endless amounts of entertainment from them. I've watched them both a million times, could talk about them ad nauseum, and I'm just happy that they exist. I'm happy that I own both of them, and they will be in regular rotation for me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, as they should be.
Yeah, thank you. Steel Dawn, probably not so much, but
yeah. Red Dawn, I think, is up there. It's
Dawn
not
is
as
good.
rewatchable, but I still think it's pretty fun.
I agree that Red Dawn is good too. Red Dawn just lacks the crazy lines.
It's not
and
nearly as
everything.
goofy and fun, for sure.
Yeah, and I know I hit it already, but I will defend the action sequences of Point Break as well done and entertaining.
Yeah.
It is a good director at the helm for
Yeah.
Point Break.
I mean, like I said, the raid is awesome. It's like tense and gnarly, and it's really good. Yeah.
Plus, you got Anthony Kiedis and I think Ann Flea in that crew
Yeah.
from Red Hot Chili Peppers. So nice little cameo.
Okay. Well, does that do it? Any final thoughts before we sign off for what is potentially going to be a little while?
No, I think we hit the highlights, which is good.
Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us again. Again, can't make any promises. Not really sure when we'll be back, but I'll let you know. Follow us on Instagram, High Volume Video, YouTube, also High Volume Video. Spotify is Return to VideoTech. We'll see you when we see you.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
I hate when people talk during the movie. Over the line!
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Return to VideoTech.